And welcome you guys to our October new representative webinar. I have Cheryl Papayan joining me here. I am hoping to bring in several co-hosts so I don't have to do these by myself all the time. And yes, you guys, I am out of jail at 10:23 a.m. tomorrow. So it was actually very bad timing because I have the boot camp starting on Monday. So I don't know what the heck I would do if they put me in jail when I say I'm doing this class. So that's kind of interesting. But anyways, let's get started. If this is your first time on one of our calls, you guys are not on camera, but we are. Hopefully you can hear me loud and clear. How is my sound? If you guys can type in the chat box, make sure your drop-down menu says all panelists and attendees. I'm good. Everybody can hear me okay? Good, good, good. Where are you guys joining from tonight? What city and state? We usually get a wide variety. Hello, Becky.
Hi, Becky.
We have Ohio, Tennessee, New York. Oh my gosh, you guys are going so fast. Arizona, Michigan, Florida, Jersey, Arkansas, Utah. Cool. So we have people from all around the states. Every once in a while I get someone out of the country, so that's always a very cool thing. I never know if I'm helpful or not for someone that is selling in a different country. Cheryl, Lori's asking how you are doing this evening.
I am doing fantastic. Thank you for asking. I hope you're doing well. And to all of you up in Sonora, Northern California, I hope that you guys are safe and that your family and property and friends are safe from these fires. It is so tragic. Yeah,
it looks very scary. I can't imagine seeing that. Just the pictures and posts on Facebook are wild. So hopefully these tragedies come to an end and we can have good news to celebrate. But we all pray for you that are in those dangerous situations and that you and your family remain safe. So welcome to those of you who are on Team Momentum and those of you who are not. I open up my calls to all representatives, and you guys are always welcome on my webinars. I hope that you learn a thing or two. Even though it's the same presentation almost every month, changes up what I say. You never know what's going to happen. So failure will never overtake me if my determination to succeed is strong enough. So this can be a frustrating business, especially because many of us are trying to juggle home and our personal life and our work life and all the different roles that we play. And, you know, out of my 10 years being a representative, finding that right balance has definitely been the biggest challenge for me. But I promise you it does get easier the longer you do it. Once you get into those years or those months where your hard work is finally paying off, it definitely makes it all worth it, right, Cheryl?
You just have to keep going, and you got to put everything you got into it, and you will be successful.
Yes. So if you are on Team Momentum, you do get free access to all of my training courses. I can't stress in the beginning how important it is to take the time to learn. Even if you're years into the business, I always find that when I get comfortable in my routine and I'm not learning, that's when I start getting frustrated and bored and not excited, which is not a good place to be as the leader. So take the time to learn. Always build your personal development and your knowledge. Those of you that aren't on our team, there's definitely all kinds of training that Avon Corporate provides, and free webinars. They do workshops around the country. And shortly, we will all have access to Avon University. So that is probably within the next week or so that we will all have access to that. I'm not sure how much training will be available right off the bat, but from what I've seen, it's very cool and very interactive and simple to use. So those are all great things. We have a team now of almost 1,150 representatives. I really can't believe it every time I say that. And I do my best to try and keep up with everything. If I don't get back to you right away, I'll tell you first, Facebook Messenger is not the best way to reach me because I tend to not get on Facebook when I'm swamped with work. So reach out to me through email, through text. I'm best on phone calls when we set up a time. So I'm a mom, I got a lot going on. So if I can schedule time with you, I'm available daily for that. So reach out to me when you have questions. We are a team that has sold almost 1.5 million for the cycle. So I'm hoping that we pass the $2 million marker. That means our team alone will have sold $2 million worth of Avon products within the year's time. So those of you that are just starting out, I know those numbers sound way out there and crazy to you because they used to sound crazy to me. But I promise by working hard and giving it your all and having a passion for this business, you can be in this place, just a few short years down the road if you really want to be. I like to throw in some of my personal life and what I'm doing with Avon so you guys get to know me a little bit better. Cheryl is from California, and she's one of our top leaders on Team Momentum, and she came for Buddy's high school reunion and visited us here in Rockford for her birthday.
Yay.
Yay. So that was fun. Cheryl and I always have a great time together. She got to hang out with me and my kids.
Yep.
Yep. And October is Breast Cancer and Domestic Violence Awareness Month, which are the two causes that Avon supports. So they, for breast cancer, I know, donate up to $1 million every single year to the Breast Cancer Crusade. And I forgot off the top of my head how much they do towards domestic violence, but they're huge supporters of both of those causes. Cheryl, did you know?
Yeah, it's 500,000.
Okay, good. Good deal. Thank you. So my kids are Josh and Ava. They were with my mom over the weekend, so we had our little stop at Culver's. Those of you in the Midwest probably are familiar with that. Wisconsin is all about the good cheese. Betty Palm is our president of social selling. She actually attended our Drive Like a Boss workshop in Oak Brook just last weekend. So that was an honor to have her there. And they brought the purple Mini Cooper, I think they call it Smoky Plum, to my Avon store. So we got to see that firsthand. Those of you that are unfamiliar with this incentive, we get raffle entries into Drive Like a Boss, and one Mini Cooper from each region will be given away, and they were specially made to be colors of our makeup. So that is pretty cool. She had eyelashes, and we got to sit in the car there. It was neat. So the sky is the limit with new Avon. I started Avon when Josh was a baby, so he's now 10. I really had no clue what I was doing. I never thought I would come this far, but I am now making dreams come true with my Avon business. I have been on several trips, earned many incentives. My next goal is to help Rob retire from his corporate job early. So don't ever feel like your dreams are too big. You can definitely make them all happen with Avon. And what I love most is that it can change as you go through your life cycle. So if you have little babies, you don't have a lot of time to put into your business now, you can kind of keep it on the back burner and then get more involved when you have more free time. So Cheryl's gonna take off here when we go into the earnings opportunity. So if I start stealing your slides, Cheryl, you just let me know.
I'm good.
Okay. So what is your why? It's important to identify that for yourself when you really first start in this business, because it can be frustrating. It can be aggravating. You're putting all into it and you're excited, and you might not get those results that you're really hoping for right off the bat. So you have to remember what you're working for and what is your purpose for starting this business. And if you can't have high hopes with where you are in your Avon journey, look to other Avon representatives and see what they're accomplishing. And that's really what I have done when my business was not so exciting. I would look to those who were successful and say, hey, I'm going to get there someday too. Where did I get my background from? So Teresa's asking, this is in the social media center. So it's under essentials, and it's a breast cancer background that you can download, use it as a Facebook cover. And I have a green screen, and I use Zoom to project the image. So that's how I do it. I'm not very good with the technical side of it, so I don't know any other programs that allow you to do that, but I know there's several out there. So do your research. The green screen was pop-up from Amazon. It wasn't very expensive. So definitely keep that on your dream board. As I grew my business, I slowly started investing in things to look more professional. So try these 3 key actions every day. Make sure you always have brochures in your bag. You don't want to be the Avon lady where someone sees you sell Avon, but then you don't have a book to hand out. I know Cheryl has one of those command hooks that she puts on her car. She gets those clear literature bags and hangs them when she's out running errands. And I think she usually comes back to an empty hook. So be creative. You don't have to spend a lot of money to put your business out there. Wear a button, carry a bag, get a logo for your car. There's so many different ways that you can market your Avon business. Try doing samples. So maybe in the beginning, it's not about reaching out to 100 people. Maybe it's about servicing 5 to 10, the best that you can with samples. And maybe you want to walk them through a new skincare advisor on your website to try and give them a personal consultation of which new products will be best for them. So it's not always about quantity. Sometimes it's more about the quality of service that you're providing to your customers. Spread the word that you're open for business. So a lot of us would love to just have an online only business, not have to do face-to-face. online can be a little trickier to get in the beginning. So I really recommend trying to build up both areas of the business until you really find your niche and what works best for you. Shelly says she keeps books in her purse. If you're a little shy and timid to start with, maybe just asking someone if they want an Avon brochure is your foot in the door. So if they say no, you're not going to die. It's going to be okay. And you're actually saving money because they don't want your brochure, so you can save it for someone who does. So don't get nervous. Try to work your Avon business into your everyday routine. As you're building that face-to-face business, also try email, try posting on social media, try texting your friends a picture of the daily care collection and asking how many they want to buy. Build your contact list. So if Avon is not your first network marketing business, I'm sure you're familiar with the contact list. I was talking about before the call how I just found this memory jogger worksheet, which I will put in your follow-up email. It basically just reminds you of all the different types of people that you know, who you can relate to and who you can follow up with to see if they're interested in buying from you, referring a customer, or possibly joining your team. It's almost holiday time, so maybe someone just wants to join to get a really good discount, and that's okay too. So there's many different types of Avon reps. There's different types of customers. So try to attract any and all that you can. How should we ask someone if they want a brochure if you're shy? So try to just start up a conversation with your grocery store checker or your bank teller. If you're super shy, just say, hey, would you like an Avon book? If they say no, just don't take it personally and just keep asking. I promise you that the more you ask, the more comfortable you become talking about it. I'm not a very pushy salesperson. I like to find people who are already interested and attract them towards me to ask me about the opportunity and about my Avon business. Even 10 years down the road, I'm not comfortable like prospecting and going out and talking to strangers, but I wouldn't feel uncomfortable saying, hey, have you seen the latest Avon brochure? And when you're in the beginning trying to save on money, get business cards, and those are a lot cheaper to leave around. Maybe you leave it with your tip on a table. Always try to collect follow-up information. So if you're new, you're really struggling to find customers, make sure you have a phone number or have an email address so that you can follow up and just remind them, hey, I just wanted to see if you wanted to place an order. So following up and reminding people is different than nagging and pushing. So I know a lot of times in the beginning we feel like we're being too pushy, but a lot of times we really just don't ask enough. So people are busy. Everyone's on their phone, distracted. It's good to always put reminders out there and follow up with those people that you have given a brochure to. So Jessica's excited about the rep exclusives in the holiday brochures. Yes, there is plenty of shopping to do in those upcoming What's New books. We got a cheerleading jacket order with Avon on the back and been trying to experiment different things. So whether you have a purse where you can see the Avon brochure, if you're shy, try to represent that you're with Avon without having to talk. So through a button or a shirt or a bag. That way, hopefully people can ask you. And Of course, an easy way to open up a conversation is always to compliment someone. Oh, I really love your necklace. That looks beautiful on you. You know, then they're flattered, and it's like, oh, thank you. And you ask them if they'd like a brochure. They're probably going to say yes. You'd be surprised how many people are actually looking for an Avon rep, because a lot of reps don't stay in it for a long time. So people love Avon. They can't find someone to service them. So share your brochures, carry your products and samples. We're going to talk about the daily care collection. The products that come in your kit are yours to use. You can use them personally. You can sell them. You can use them as demos on your customers. One of my favorite parts about the Avon business is the flexibility and how you really have the ability to create the business that you love working. Get your business on track. I know the literature and the emails and everything is overwhelming, but do take the time to read and learn in the beginning. That's something that I'm good about telling people, but I'm not the best reader on details either. So some of us have stronger skills in areas than others, but definitely reading and learning is important when you're in your early stages. Experience and share the products in your kit. So another tip in the beginning, when you're not familiar with all those products, definitely watch your Campaign Central videos to learn a little bit about 3 different products every campaign. Also use your customer website for testimonials and those star ratings if you are not familiar with the product. So makeup is definitely our biggest category, followed by skincare, then usually fragrance, then bath and body, then jewelry and fashion and mark. I may be missing something, but it's good to know a little bit about all of our major categories. Personal care, of course, everyone has heard of Skin So Soft. Everyone has some kind of story or nostalgic moment to relate to Skin So Soft. So that's definitely a good foot in the door to start talking about your business. We sell 4 lipsticks every second of the day, so that's kind of crazy. And then people love our A New line. I know in the store, whenever I said a new, people thought I meant like new as opposed to old. So make sure you make that clear that A New is our anti-aging brand. So some of those products can be a little overwhelming to learn about. So definitely get on your website, and there is a skincare advisor where you can go through questions with your customer to give them a customized regimen. And then we have our fragrance, which sometimes moves to our biggest selling category during Christmas time. So make sure that you are stocking up on samples. If you prefer, buy the bottles and come up with tons of samples. You can get hundreds out of every bottle. So a lot of times people love the design of the bottle, and holding it in their hand is more exciting than getting a scent strip or a vial on a card. But do what works for you. And even on Facebook or social media, obviously people can't smell online, so offer to send samples, or who wants to try our new perfume, Prima? All right, so let's talk about this rebate that's taking place for new representatives. There's a little bit more to know about it than it's just straightforward and a rebate. So here are the different amounts that you can get back. So it will show up as a credit on your account. Here is how you qualify. So even as a leader who's been with Avon 10 years, this gets a little bit fuzzy to me. So if you have questions, definitely reach out to your upline or call Avon customer service to make sure you know the rules for sure. I'll also send out the guide with our follow-up email and the recording. So you have to have either enrolled or placing your first order on or after September 15th through campaign 26. Now here's kind of the tricky part. So you have to place a first order of 150 or more on or before your expected start campaign. Okay, so when you do that, when you meet all those criteria, you will receive 40% commission from the Kickstart program. You'll get your $10 to $50 rebate on your starter kit. And then you'll also get 10 free brochures. So yeah, Jennifer, I am sorry. I was a little worried about it just being a start date instead of a campaign starting date. So that's kind of a bummer, but that's okay. We'll move on, and you can earn several other exciting things as a new representative.
So they have to be enrolled before or after September 15th to qualify?
Enrolled or placing their first order.
Okay.
So if they were enrolled on the 14th but haven't placed a first order yet, they still qualify. As long as it's their expected first campaign.
Okay. Yeah, I have a few people that have already gotten their rebates.
Okay, good. Good. So, you know, what we always have to remember is that these incentives and these different things that Avon puts out there for us to earn, it's extra. It's frosting on the cake. So we might miss out on some, but then we can always take advantage of others later. So always remember that Avon is putting these things out there while we're growing our business. So it shouldn't always just be about the incentive, but it's kind of nice to look forward to that and then look back and say, oh yeah, and I grew my business. So always good to remember that. They spoil us a little bit with all their incentives and trips and everything. Okay, so the last slide here before I turn it over to Cheryl, the Avon Daily Care Collection. So if you're feeling overwhelmed, there's just too many products, there's too many programs, like you're just upside down, sell this bundle. So print out as many of these flyers as you can. You can also sell it on your e-store. So that is new within the last couple of campaigns because you didn't used to be able to sell it through your customer website. This is available for you to sell your first 7 campaigns. So if you want to focus on being like the top seller of the Daily Care Collection, that's what you can do those first 7 campaigns. You know, I think it would be silly to not take advantage of the holiday brochures. But another beautiful part about the business is that you can do it at your rate and how you want. How and where can I get Avon buttons made? I also have, at the end of the presentation, I have partners, preferred business partners. So I think I have the Love My Buttons website on there. All right, so I am going to turn it over to Miss Cheryl.
Eek. Hi, everybody. Hello from Southern California. My name is Cheryl. I've actually been a representative for 3 years now. I just had my 3-year anniversary, and I'm also in leadership. I am I got to think about that. I'm a gold leader, right? Emily?
No, you're gonna be.
Gold ambassador.
No, you're bronze leader.
Bronze leader. Oh my gosh, I can't even believe what I am. I can't remember what I am. Anyways, so hello everybody. I hope everybody's having a great evening. Don't be laughing at me now. Okay, so what you want to do as a new representative is you want to take advantage of all the different earning opportunities that you have with Avon. You have your traditional sales, which are going to be face-to-face sales with your customers, and then your online sales through your e-store. And then also, I highly recommend that you start leadership as soon as possible. You'll learn as you go. It's not that difficult, but start your own team so that you can work your way up, promoting within the leadership, and you get your team sales. So that's the best way to boost your business, to be successful, is to use all 3 opportunities. Do I change the slide or are you? Okay. So when you're looking at your award sales, your commission is going to be based on your award sales. Your award sales are going to be your product sales, not including your shipping and your taxes, but they're going to include your face-to-face sales and your online sales, and that's going to determine your commission level. So if you have $250 in face-to-face sales with your local customers, and then you also have $250 in sales on your e-store, for a total of $500, you're going to be at the 40% earnings. So 40% of 500 is $200. So you want to take advantage, like we were talking about, of all the different opportunities. Now, if you're brand new to Avon, within your first 7 campaigns, you're going to be in the Avon Kickstart program. And there's a goal for each of those campaigns so that you can earn 40% commission. So on your first order, no matter what the size is, you're automatically going to earn that 40%. And then in your second campaign, as long as your order is $150 or more, remember this is before taxes and shipping, you're going to earn 40%. And then it goes up by $50 each campaign through your 7th campaign. And as long as you meet those goals, you're going to get guaranteed 40% earnings. Okay, so what happens if you don't meet those goals? If you're not getting, the 150, 200, 250, you're still going to have earnings. You're going to have, go back to the basic earning charts. And here it shows you on, you're going to earn on your first dollar no matter what. It used to be you had to have $50 in sales, and Avon graciously changed that. So you're earning on every dollar. If you're under the 150, you're going to earn 20%, and then it goes up from there up to 40%. On your fixed earning items, those are going to be the items that have like a little diamond in front of them in the brochure. Those are always going to be 20%. Now, Emily, correct me if I'm wrong. If you're in the Kickstart program and you meet your goals, are they still earning 40% on the fixed earning items?
As far as I know.
Okay, yeah, I wasn't sure about that. So normally you would only, and after that, those 7 campaigns, you're going to earn 20% on your fixed earning items. Okay, so a lot of people, when they first start out, they're a little bit confused about how the ordering works and the shipping fees and everything. So here's the shipping chart. It's based on the size of your order and whether your order is on time. You want to make sure that you're doing everything that you can to reduce those shipping fees because they will add up. So Always order one time per campaign and make sure that your order is on time. Everybody has a schedule, and it tells you, we'll go over it in a minute, all the different places that you can see your order due date. So I'm earning $1 on the dollar. You're not going to earn $1 on the dollar. You're going to earn 20% minimum. So you're going to, if you sell $1, you're going to earn 20 cents. So on the shipping, you should place an order on time on your due date, just one order. And then if you have additional customers that call you at the last minute and you've already submitted your order, if you want to, you can go and place those orders on your website. It's going to be less for the shipping. I believe it's $5.95 for anything up to $40. $40 and over, it's going to be free. Otherwise, they can wait until your next order goes in. Our orders go in every 2 weeks. And then another thing that you can do, if you're just looking for sales tools like brochures, literature bags, samples, bags, you can actually call Avon at this number listed here, and they will ship you only sales tools for free. They will not charge you shipping. Sometimes you have to call them to get that waived, but you will get it waived and you won't have to pay the shipping. But you want to make sure that you don't have any products on back order or any deal of the days that are included, because otherwise they will charge you shipping for those sales tools. Make sure you understand the fee chart. And then one thing that we do, and some people charge more, but I still only charge the 75-cent shipping fee. And I actually call it a service fee that I charge my customers. Each customer pays an additional 75 cents on their order. And when you have, say you have 10 customers, that's going to be $7.50 that you're getting back. And that will contribute to the cost of your shipping. So if my order, say, was $299, my shipping fee would be $8. I'm collecting $7.50 back from my customers. So I'm getting that shipping back and it's not coming out of my pocket. Okay. Top new sellers. I love top new sellers. It's so exciting. So our top 10 on Team Momentum for sales in campaign 21. These are the new representatives that are in the Kickstart program. We have Marcia Sherrill, Jennifer Graham, Bridget Amadon, Juliana Elizalde, Sherry Hickman, Katie Thomas, Holly Kemp, Macy Guzman, Ramona Fiscus, and Anastasia Kerwin. Congratulations, everybody. Those are really some good numbers. That's amazing. I think it took me a year to get those numbers. Okay, so like I had mentioned before, everybody has a different RPS. That's your mailing schedule when your order is due, and the day that it's due is based on what RPS you're in. And so if you want to check when your order is due, at the very top, you can see the top circle where it says campaign. I can't see what number that is due by 11:59 p.m. local time. It's always going to tell you right there. If you go to My Orders or My Account, once you log into youravon.com, it should be at the top telling you how many days are left, when your order's due. You can also click at the top on Key Campaign Dates, and it's going to pop up your schedule down below. And it'll tell you when your current campaign is due and also when your upcoming campaign is going to be due, which will be the following one. So right here it says current campaign 11, orders due by 11:59 local time. And it also tells you when or how many, whatever the deadline is for your customers to shop your e-store online for that campaign. And then also, oh, you can see over on the, on the left here where Emily has circled key campaign dates. So you can click on there as well. So there's so many different places that you can find out when your order is due. And if you have any doubts whatsoever, you can always reach out to your upline and they can help you as well. Okay, how do I order demos? Demos are great for for promoting your business, promoting the products that we have, I love to wear Avon. And the best way to do that is to order demos from the What's New. So in the What's New, when you look through there, you're going to get the 6-digit code of the item number that you want. And when you actually put it into your order, it's going to show that the price that the customer pays. But don't don't panic or get frustrated when you submit your order. Avon will adjust the price to the What's New price. And what's really good about it is a lot of people that aren't earning the 40%, they're not in President's Club yet. A lot of the items that they are offering in the What's New, you can get a discount of 40%. So take advantage of those so that you can promote the products that are upcoming. Okay, how do I order brochures? So when you order your brochures, you're going to be ordering 2 campaigns ahead. And keep in mind that the brochures come in packs of 10. So if you want 10 brochures, you're only going to order 1. So you want to be really careful, because if you put 100 in there because you want 100 brochures, you're going to get 1,000 brochures. So if you want 100, you're going to put the number 10 in there. And this chart tells you the price. The more you order, the cheaper they are. There's also, I'm not sure if Emily has the file in the group or not, but I like to order my brochures by the case. They're neater, and it just makes it easier for me. So I always find out how many brochures are in a case. I know that the upcoming campaigns, there's all 60 in a case. I order 3 cases, so 180 brochures, I order 18. So you want to make sure that you are ordering brochures. They are your store. The only way that customers are going to order is if they have that brochure in their hand. So always order at least 10 brochures. The ultimate gift guide. Am I still talking, Emily?
Yeah, I added this one in for you.
Oh, I haven't looked at that yet.
Okay. Well, you're getting a free 5-pack of the gift guide for every pack of brochures you order in your, I wonder why they skipped 23. Campaign 22 or 24 orders. I don't know why they skipped 23. All right. You want to keep going or you want me to go?
I'll go.
Okay.
As long as I'm doing okay.
Yep, you're doing good. Thank you.
Okay. All right, so how to order samples and sales tools. So of course you've gone in and you've created an order for yourself with a drop-down menu on your order page. Your name should already be in there, so you just start typing it, your name comes up, and you create an order for the campaign that you're in. On the left-hand side, you're going to see where you can shop by brochures and flyers, shop the What's New, order brochures, order samples, sales tools, etc. So if you go to order samples, you're going to have the drop-down menu at top. They have fragrance, foundation, skincare, all the different types of samples that you want. And then you're going to click how many that you put in, how many you want, and add it to the order. Unfortunately, it doesn't always tell you how many are in a pack. So you're going to learn that over time. I wish I could give you more information on that, but hopefully Avon will make those changes so you know exactly how many samples that you're getting for the price. And then also the same is going to go for sales tools. If you click on sales tools, you're going to see all the different bags that we have, the plastic literature bags with the door hanger on the top. We have the paper shopping bags, and then we also have what they call the popcorn bags, which are like lunch bags, but they're white with the Avon logo on them. So just a matter of what you prefer, and they're actually pretty reasonable. So do I charge sales tax? Yes, you do. So you're going to find your sales tax rate by searching Google or looking at your county's website. For me, I think I actually pull it from my city because all of our cities are different, but that's in California. So you're going to collect the sales tax from your customer, and Avon will actually pay the state the taxes. So for example here, you have a $10 order at 8 1/4 tax. So you're going to take the $10 times 0.0825. That gives you a tax of 83 cents. You're going to add that to your $10, so it comes out to $10.83. What I actually do is I take the sales, I add the 75-cent service fee, I total that, and then add the tax so that I'm actually taxing the service fee. You're allowed to do that. Just a little heads up on that. Can my customers back order? They sure can. They can go 2 campaigns back. I do get customers that say, you know, what campaign are we in? And I'll tell them we're in campaign 22. Well, I want to order out of campaign 21. Okay. You know, I don't let them know that right off the bat, but most of my customers do know that they can back order. And they'll do that because there was something that they wanted that they missed. So when you go in to place their order, there where it says campaign 20 on here, you just click on the drop down and you can go back the 2 campaigns so that you can get that price for them. They can also do that on the e-stores as well. Okay, I think it's you, Emily.
Okay. So we have our call for support. So the those of you that maybe sold Avon before and have come back, because almost everyone comes back, we have made a huge change just recently where we no longer have districts. So instead of district managers, we have coaches. A big change with that is most of your questions are going to go to the CIC, Customer Insight Center. So if you don't have an upline or someone that you can ask questions to, you can always call the Customer Insight Center. And I know they're being trained on various topics, and there's even one that's going to be specifically for online questions. So as we get rid of we no longer have the districts, so they're really training the call center to handle all types of calls. And if you're in some of the various Facebook groups, those are also places where you can ask and usually get a quick answer. Might want to check a couple different places so that you make sure you get the right answer. People can answer quickly and not give you the full answer. So do your due diligence to make sure that you're getting an accurate answer. So one of the biggest questions, and some people still struggle to understand this, which I get, because normally you start a job, you receive a paycheck, right? That's usually how it works. That's not how it works for our face-to-face sales. So Avon recently started not giving out a credit limit to everyone, which is different from what they used to do. But you can't really go many places anymore and order products and not have to pay for them. So if I were you, I would get in the habit right from the beginning in taking payment when your customer places their order, because you may or may not have a credit limit with Avon, and you should be able to find that on your welcome page, or you can call customer service. So you want to collect payment when they place their order. When you order it from youravon.com, you're only going to be charged the cost of the product. So by cost, I mean the brochure price minus your commission. So the amount that you have left over is your profit. So let's say your customer orders $10 worth. It costs you $6. Your commission is the $4. So when you're collecting payment from your customers, you're also collecting the money that you're making that campaign. We are all responsible for our own expenses. So out of that profit, you have to decide how much you want to invest back into the business and how much you're going to use to spend on sales tools. It's a little different for online sales. So I really recommend signing up for direct deposit. It's the fastest, best way to get your money from Avon. When you get online sales, you're going to get credit on your account for the online commission. When you have a credit of $5 or more on your account, so if your account says you owe -10, that actually means that Avon owes you $10. So that's a good problem to have. When your credit is over $5, you'll receive a direct deposit. It's issued on the 1st and the 15th. It takes a couple days to hit your bank account. If you do not have direct deposit set up, that credit will either go towards your next order, or you can call customer service and request a prepaid card. I don't know what Renee's saying here. I'm not going to read it right now, but she did remind me on the money orders. So you guys, as new representatives, somehow the scammers find you immediately. So I think it's really important to cover this. I should probably have a whole slide about it. If someone ever tries to place an order through you and they want to pay by money order or cashier's check and you do not know them, I advise you not to accept the order. I would say that you're more than welcome to place an order on my website. Somehow the scammers find new representatives really quickly and they can get you excited because they act like they want to order a bunch of different products, and they send you a fake cashier's check that's for too much money. You take it to your bank and they want you to send the remainder to them. So do not go for these. My advice to you is to never accept an order without payment from a stranger. Have them order on your customer website. So how do you get paid when you start a team? You can get that through direct deposit. And you will also receive, if you don't have direct deposit, you will get that prepaid Visa with leadership earnings. So you can go into your Avon account and pay Avon here. Quick Pay is where it automatically deducts what you owe. It withdraws from your bank account. I don't like that. Maybe you guys do, but I don't like that. I like to initiate the payment on my debit or credit card. You can do that easily through your Avon.com. Right here where it says get paid by Avon, that's where you set up your direct deposit. I believe there are still Drive Like a Boss workshops happening throughout the U.S. I know that they were going to put some sort of substitute on Avon U. Okay, so we have some Quick Pay fans, so don't always
love it.
Don't listen to me. That's a personal preference, so it can come in very handy. I shouldn't knock it. Drive Like a Boss. Go to youravon.com. Cheryl, do you know if the Success Center is still there?
the success center
Uh-oh.
is still there.
Okay, good. So if you're trying to find a workshop in your area, find this little square icon on youravon.com and the Success Center has a lot of helpful information for you there.
Say that 3 times fast.
No. All right. So one way that we can get people to maybe want to shop on our online store is by offering them a discount. So if you ever want to offer a discount to your face-to-face customers, that is your option, but it's going to come out of your pay. This option is where Avon actually gives your online customer the discount. So your customers can shop your website. They can use promo code WELCOME10 to get 10% off their online order of any size. The restriction is that they can only use it one time ever. So it is a really good way to get new people to your website. I always put it on my label on the front of the brochure. I always use neon labels on the front, not the back. And I always have that Welcome 10 code on there. And in your follow-up email, I'll actually include the label template so you can just put your info right in there. And you can use that to try and get online customers when you're out handing out books. Really, I have found that there is a difference between face-to-face and online customers. So try to attract both, because it seems like people usually either go one way or the other. Once you build that face-to-face business, it's hard to get them to switch to online. So if you want a completely mobile, on-the-go business, work really hard to build that online customer base. So my online tips, I have so much information out there. Some of it's getting a little older, so I hope to be making more and more videos, but definitely a lot of information to go out there and absorb. Avon Corporate is also always coming out with new information. They're doing virtual sales meetings. So please get involved in those. Soak up as much knowledge as you can. So don't just be quick to say, this isn't working for me, I can't get customers. Really put your all into it and take the time to learn from others. You can do a blog as an Avon representative. You can go to your customer website and there's links for every single product page. So we have thousands of products. So I don't know how you could ever run out of stuff to post on social media. We also have the social media center. So go to your web office, make sure your automated email program is turned on, which it already is by default when you sign up. So upload your contacts in there. Avon has this program where they automatically email your the email addresses that you upload, so you really don't even have to do anything. You just need to import those contacts, and then Avon does the marketing for you. You can also follow Avon on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, on Pinterest. There are so many ideas of things to post that I don't think you can ever run out, because we then update to a new campaign every 2 weeks. So how do you sign someone up on your team? What I love about the online recruiting process is you can throw it out there. You're not necessarily like putting it on someone that doesn't want to hear about it. These people are going to choose to click through or not. So on any paper material, I use the startavon.com link, and then you want to know your reference code, which is the username you chose to go after youravon.com. So if you go to your web office and you see this little box over here on the right, it'll say my website URL is. So whatever is after youravon.com is your reference code. You can also go to your website. There's a Sell Avon option. So right click over that and copy that link address. That's the link I always include when I'm trying to get them to click through online. And then in your social media center, there's shortened URLs that will automatically sign someone up on your team if they click through. You will know because you will get an email that says you have a successful self-appointment. We all love getting those emails. So if someone says, hey, I went and signed up on your team and you don't get that confirmation email, make sure you talk to your upline or the leadership desk as soon as possible, because you only have 5 days for them to switch to be on your team. So there are technical issues that happen. People get put on the wrong team. Make sure that you are in communication with your potential new team members so that you guys do it accurately. Yes, tongue twisters, all kinds. So one of the bonuses of signing someone up is if they place a first or second order of $150 or more and pay for it on time, you will get a $50 bonus. You'll also get a 3% sponsoring bonus on their sales for their life as a representative, as long as you are one. You also have to place a $50 order to get that 3% sponsoring bonus. I am wrapping it up here. I know I'm a little past time. So here are some of the services that I really like to use. Over time, I've become more and more mobile, doing things online. So some of these marketing tools I really didn't add until just recently. So feel free to check them out. Never feel like you have to add all these services and start spending all kinds of money right in the beginning. Square is one that I really recommend. It makes my life easier when I take orders over the phone or when I'm out and about. And I don't do that much anymore, but if I'm delivering an order, I like to use the Square. I also love Buffer app. That's one of my favorites. And then Campaign Mailer. I mail out catalogs to almost all of my e-customers once they place an order. So this service will mail the catalog out for you. So that has been a huge lifesaver for me. So definitely take a look at those. Suggested content. I have ones that are specific for new representatives. If you are on Team Momentum, you will start getting a lot of emails from me. If you want to unsubscribe, that's okay. I won't take it personally. I just like to put as much info out there as I can to help you guys be successful. So you can follow me on social media, and Makeup Marketing Online is our Facebook group. If you're on Team Momentum, you can find our Team Momentum Facebook group. If you didn't hear, I am in Facebook jail until tomorrow morning. So if you have asked me a question and I have not answered, I am not allowed to until tomorrow. Oh my God, Cheryl has 1,100 emails
from you.
That's awesome. Good. Well, at least you're saving them. That's good.
I save everything.
Oh my. Okay, well, we're going to end it with a quote here. Don't worry about failures. Worry about the chances you miss when you don't even try. We are competing and earning a cruise to Bermuda. I encourage you guys to join our rep webinar where I'll cover more product tips, sales tips, recruiting tips, and that is October 26th. So I'll put that in our follow-up email. Next Monday, I start boot camp. So it is a repeat of what I did in January. It is free for Team Momentum. I look forward to teaching all of you guys. I really do enjoy doing it, even though it stresses me out. I'm a perfectionist, so that's kind of annoying. But thank you guys. Thank you, Cheryl, for helping me out. Yay. It's more fun when someone helps me do these. So I hope you guys learned something new and have a great night, a great weekend.
Good night, everyone.
Bye.
Emily.